Today, we are going to learn how to shop for clothes in English in a relaxed, practical way. By the end, you will know how to ask for sizes, try clothes on, talk about prices, and handle returns. This is useful when you travel, shop abroad, visit an outlet, or even buy clothes in an English-speaking store online.
Exactly. Clothes shopping can feel simple in your own language, but in English, it can suddenly become stressful. So we will keep everything real. What to say to the assistant, what to say in the fitting room, and how to leave the store politely if you do not buy anything.
Before we start with phrases, let's look at a simple picture. In panel 1, the shopper is still outside the store, and in panel 2, the shopper is already inside and ready to speak.
That small step matters. Moving from panel 1 to the second panel is not about perfect English. It is about having a few clear sentences ready, so you do not freeze when someone says, "Can I help you?"
In panel 1, there is a little hesitation, and that is normal. Many learners understand clothes words, but they are not sure how to begin the interaction.
And in the second panel, the situation already feels easier. The goal of this episode is to give you the language that changes hesitation into action. Key point. Start with basic clothing words and store areas.
A good first move is to name what you want and understand where it might be. If you can say shirt, jeans, jacket, shoes, or accessories, you already have a strong starting point.
Yes, and store areas help too. You may hear things like women's section, men's section, changing rooms, checkout, or sale rack. These words guide you inside the store.
Let's review a short list of clothing words. Listen to each item as a useful label you can use when you ask for help.
As you listen, imagine pointing to a rack or a shelf and saying one of these words. Simple vocabulary becomes very powerful in a real store.
Shirt,
Jeans,
jacket, dress,
shoes, accessories.
Item 1, shirt, is very flexible because it can mean a casual top or a more formal button-up shirt. Item 2, jeans, is almost always plural in English.
Item 5, shoes, is also usually plural when you mean a pair. And item 6, accessories, is a great word for belts, bags, scarves, and small extra things.
Now, let's hear example 1. This is the kind of question you ask when you enter the store and need direction.
Where is the men's section?
In example 1, where is direct and polite enough for a store. You can replace men's section with women's section, kids section, or sales section. Let's move to example 2. This one is perfect when you know the item and maybe the color too.
I'm looking for a black jacket.
In example 2, I'm looking for sounds natural and friendly. It gives the assistant a clear task without sounding too demanding.
Key point. Ask for size, color, and availability clearly.
Once you know the item, the next question is usually about size or color. This is where many shoppers need one clear sentence instead of a long explanation.
Right. If you can ask, "Do you have this in a medium?" or "Do you have it in blue?" you can solve a very common shopping problem quickly.
Let's look at our first structure. Use this when you are holding the item and you need a different size.
Do you have this in plus size?
This structure is useful because this refers to the item in your hand. You can say small, medium, large, or a number like size 8. Now, let's look at the second structure. This one is for color, and it is very easy to adapt.
Do you have it in plus color?
Notice it, not this. It sounds natural when the assistant already knows what item you mean. You can add black, red, green, beige, or any color you need. Here comes example 1. Listen for the phrase larger size, because it is very useful when something feels too small.
Do you have this in a larger size?
In example 1, larger size is softer than saying big size. It sounds more natural in a clothing store. Now, example 2 uses available. It is a slightly more general way to ask if the store has what you want.
Is this available in navy blue?
In example 2, navy blue is a specific color. If you do not know the exact color name, you can also say dark blue and still be understood.
Key point. Ask to try clothes on and understand fitting room language.
After you find something interesting, you often want to see how it looks on you. In English, the key phrase is try on, and it is used all the time.
And the place where you try clothes on can be called the fitting room or the changing room. Both are common, so it is good to recognize both.
Let's listen to a short fitting room conversation. Notice how Sophie asks permission and how Jack gives directions.
Also, listen for small, practical phrases. They are not dramatic, but they make the interaction smooth and comfortable.
Excuse me, can I try this on?
Of course. The fitting rooms are at the back.
Great. Thank you. Do I need a number tag?
No, you can go straight in.
Sophie starts with, "Excuse me," which is a polite opener. Then, "Can I try this on?" is short, clear, and exactly what you need.
Jack says at the back. So the fitting rooms are not near the entrance. And number tag is a useful phrase because some stores count how many items you take in. Let's hear example 1. Pay attention to these jeans, because jeans are plural in English.
Can I try these jeans on?
In example 1, we say these jeans, not this jeans. That small grammar point makes the sentence sound much more natural. Now, example 2 is for finding the place. This is useful when you do not see the fitting rooms immediately.
Where are the changing rooms?
In example 2, where are is used because changing rooms is plural. If you say where is the fitting room, that is also fine.
Key point. Describe fit, comfort, and style after trying clothes on.
Trying clothes on is only half the story. After that, you need words to say if something fits well, feels tight, feels loose, or simply is not your style.
This part is especially helpful when the assistant asks, "How is it?" You do not need a perfect fashion review. You just need a clear opinion.
Let's review a practical list for after the fitting room. These sentences help you answer naturally when someone asks what you think.
Listen for the difference between fit, comfort, and personal taste. They are connected, but they are not exactly the same idea.
It fits well. It's too tight.
It's too loose.
It's comfortable. It's not really my style.
Item 1. it fits well, is about size and shape. Items 2 and 3, too tight and too loose, explain the problem very clearly.
Item 4, it's comfortable, is about how it feels on your body. Item 5, not really my style, is polite, because really softens the negative opinion. Now, let's use a 3-panel image to make fit more visual. Panel 1 shows a good fit, Panel 2 shows tight clothing, and Panel 3 shows loose clothing.
As you look at the panels, connect the picture to the sentence you would say. This helps you react quickly in a real fitting room.
In Panel 1, the jacket sits well on the shoulders, so you can say, it fits well. The shopper's relaxed posture supports that idea.
In the second panel, the sweater looks uncomfortable across the arms, so it's too tight works well. In Panel 3, the trousers are too big, so it's too loose is the best phrase.
Key point. Ask about prices, discounts, and payment options.
When you like an item, the next practical question is the price. Sometimes the label is clear, but sometimes you need to ask about a sale, a discount, or how you can pay.
This is also a moment where polite, simple English helps you avoid confusion. You do not want to misunderstand the final price at the checkout. Let's hear example 1. This is the most direct question when you cannot see the price clearly.
How much is this sweater?
In example 1, how much is this? Is a very safe pattern. You can use it with any single item you are holding. Now example 2 is short but powerful. It helps you check if the price is reduced.
Is this on sale?
In example 2, on sale means the item has a lower price for a period of time. It does not mean the item is being sold normally. Example 3 takes us to payment. It is simple, polite, and very common at the checkout.
Can I pay by card?
In example 3, pay by card is the standard phrase. You can also ask, do you take cash? If you want to pay with cash. Let's listen to a checkout moment. Notice how Sophie checks the discount before she pays.
Also, listen for 20% off. That phrase means the price is reduced by 20%, which is common sale language.
Hi, is this jacket still on sale?
Yes, it is 20% off today.
Great. Can I pay by card?
Yes, card is fine.
Sophie asks, is this jacket still on sale? The word still is useful because it suggests she thinks the discount may end soon.
And Jack's answer, card is fine, is very natural. It means the store accepts card payment without any problem.
Key point. Check return and exchange rules before you buy.
Before you buy, it is smart to know what happens if the item does not work later. Maybe the size is wrong, or maybe you change your mind.
Exactly. Return means you give the item back and get your money back. Exchange means you change it for another size, color, or item. Let's hear example 1. This question is perfect when you are not completely sure about the size.
Can I return this if it doesn't fit?
In example 1, if it doesn't fit, explains the reason in a simple way. It is a very common reason for returns. Now, example 2 uses exchange. Listen for the reason. A different size.
Can I exchange it for a different size?
In example 2, exchange it for is the useful pattern. You can say exchange it for a smaller size, a larger size, or another color.
Let's review a short checklist before you leave the store. These small details can save you stress later.
As you hear the list, imagine you are at the checkout with the item in a bag. This is the best moment to ask final questions.
Keep the receipt. Check the return period. Ask if sale items can be returned. Keep the tags on.
Item 1. Keep the receipt is essential because many stores need proof of purchase. Item 2. Check the return period tells you how many days you have.
Item 3, sale items, is important because discounted clothes sometimes have special rules. Item 4, keep the tags on, helps the item look new for a return.
Key point. Use polite phrases to accept help, refuse help, and end the interaction.
Shopping is not only about vocabulary. It is also about sounding friendly and calm when the assistant offers help, follows up, or asks if you need anything else.
And the good news is that polite English can be simple. A few phrases with thanks, just looking, and I'll take it can carry a whole interaction. Let's review a list of polite phrases. These are the phrases that keep the conversation comfortable from start to finish.
Listen especially to the difference between accepting help and refusing help. Both can sound friendly if you use the right words.
Yes, please. I'm looking for a jacket. No, thank you. I'm just looking. Could you help me with this size? I'll take it, thanks.
Thanks for your help.
Item 1 accepts help and gives a clear goal, a jacket. Item 2 refuses help politely with no, thank you, and explains, I'm just looking.
Item 3 asks for specific help. Item 4 confirms the purchase. And item 5 closes the interaction warmly. Together, they sound natural and respectful. Now let's listen to a very common moment. The assistant offers help, but Sophie wants to browse alone.
Notice that refusing help does not have to sound cold. The tone is friendly because the words are polite and complete.
Can I help you with anything?
No, thank you. I'm just looking for now.
No problem. Let me know if you need anything.
I will, thanks.
Sophie says, no, thank you, before I'm just looking. That thank you is small, but it keeps the answer warm.
And Jack says, let me know if you need anything. You may hear this a lot, and a simple I will, thanks, is a perfect response.
Key point. Put the whole shopping conversation together and leave with confidence.
Now we are ready to connect everything. Finding an item, asking for a size, trying it on, checking the price, and closing politely.
Think of it like a small path through the store. You do not need to say many complicated things. You just need the right phrase at the right moment. Let's hear the first part of a full shopping conversation. Listen for how Sophie moves from a general request to a size question.
This is a realistic rhythm. One sentence opens the conversation, and the next sentence gives the assistant the exact detail needed.
Hi, I'm looking for a black jacket.
Sure. Do you need a particular size?
Do you have this in a medium?
Yes. You can try it on in the fitting room.
Sophie begins with, I'm looking for, which is friendly and clear. Then she asks, do you have this in a medium? Using the structure we practiced.
Jack also uses helpful store language, particular size, try it on, and fitting room. These are exactly the words you want to recognize quickly. Now let's hear the second part. This time, listen for fit, price, discount, decision, and return policy.
This is where the whole shopping trip becomes complete. Sophie checks everything before she leaves, which is a smart habit.
It fits well. How much is it?
It's $50 and it's 10% off today.
Great. I'll take it. Can I return it if it doesn't fit at home?
Yes, within 30 days. Please keep the receipt.
Sophie says, it fits well, so she gives her opinion clearly. Then, how much is it, is a natural price question after trying something on.
Then she says, I'll take it, and asks about returning it. That is excellent shopping English. Friendly, practical, and complete.
So, to wrap up, you now have a complete toolkit. Clothing words, size questions, fitting room phrases, fit descriptions, price questions, return questions, and polite endings.
And remember, you do not need to sound perfect. If your message is clear and polite, most shop assistants will understand and help you.
Next time you enter a clothing store in English, start small, say what you are looking for, ask one clear question, and build from there.
Thanks for listening. Enjoy your next shopping trip, and may your English fit as well as your favorite jacket.